Is it historic to turn a male character into a female character? Is that really? Are we going to go look back 100 years going, 400 years ago, the first female doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, changed television forever by appearing on screen with her boobs and a vagina.
Nerdrotic.com.
Jodie Whittaker has been tipped to replace Ralph Little as the lead detective in Death in Paradise after it was reported she would be stepping down from Doctor Who. Doctor Who star Jodie Whittaker will be reportedly leaving the TARDIS after 3 seasons as the lead in the BBC sci-fi drama. The actress made history when she became the first female doctor, and it looks like she may break BBC records again. She made history by appearing in a show with the vagina.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
The actress is about to take over for Ralph Little as the first woman lead detective in Death in Paradise. Oh my God, she's going to be the first female detective in Death in Paradise now. Oh my God. Meanwhile, in recent interview, executive producer Tim Key revealed that he would like to see a woman detective take on the key role in Saint Marie. Bookmakers, Ladbrokes, you guys really bet on this stuff. I love you. I love the UK. Have already begun to price up which actress they think is most likely to join the tropical island, and Jodie has come out on top. What don't you guys bet on? That's what I want to know. I fucking love the UK. Maybe I should live there. The Doctor Who star is the front runner at 6-1, with Killing Eve creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge is close behind at 7-1. Everybody wants Phoebe Waller-Bridge and everything. Well, everybody who works behind the scenes, nobody who actually watches stuff. The thick of it's Joanne Scanlon and Mikhail Coley, is that how her name is pronounced, are both priced at 8-1. Jessica O'Reilly of Ladbrokes commented, "It's about time. A female took the lead role in Death in Paradise, and there's plenty of comedic actresses who would suit being honored." Well, Jodie is unintentionally hilarious, with her mouth gaping open all the time. Although Ralph hasn't announced his departure from the BBC drama, executive producer Tim teased it could be time to say goodbye to the male lead. Well, I mean, that can be assumed. I would say if he's white and he's male, he's out of there. Be prepared to play a villain or a Nazi for the rest of your career. I had a conversation with the one lone insider I have, and let me make this clear, this isn't a person who's emailed me or DM'd me anonymously. This is a person I know for years. I've said that before. They do not work inside the BBC, so their information is peripheral, but it's accurate a lot of times. And we just talk, and there's things I can't say. What our conversation was, I was discussing a live stream I did with him, and we were speculating, like, why wouldn't they just cancel the show? Is the 60th anniversary that important? It's on a downward trajectory. And he had stated that it is on the table. Did not state that it's canceled, stated that it's on the table. But when you see something like Batwoman get renewed, it shows you that there's more to it than just ratings, obviously. What's partially paying for Batwoman is HBO Max. Here's why this may or may not work with Doctor Who. Doctor Who's on HBO Max. They were the highest bidder for the licensing contract to stream it, and they outbid the disinterested Netflix and Amazon, which should tell you that Netflix and Amazon were no longer interested in airing Doctor Who on their streaming service. That's something you would think people would want. People rewatch that all the time, or maybe they're not anymore. Maybe that fan base has degraded so much that even the $1 trillion Amazon didn't want to keep Doctor Who, didn't feel like the price was worth it anymore. HBO Max is a struggling streaming service. We get a Snyder cut. They put all of their first run movies on their streaming service, which, you know, is an interesting move. I think it's a bold move, and they want to make money. Doctor Who's going to get lost in all this. Nobody cares about current Doctor Who, and that's going to be important to the streaming service. Doctor Who's being on the table is a BBC issue. Obviously, they are struggling for money. They don't have a streaming service to back up on. They have the HBO Max licensing deal, which is a finite number, right? They don't get to fall back on a pool of cash like Warner Brothers does, which is, borrowed cash because they're massively in debt, $190 billion. And quite frankly, it's just one little piece to Doctor Who. Doctor Who still makes most of its money off of licensing to other countries. It doesn't really make money off of merchandising anymore. And that's the subject I want to talk about here is I used to sell Doctor Who merchandise for many years. And I know how well it used to sell to a very specific group of people who would pay a lot of money to get their Doctor Who figures. Doctor Who action figures were some of the best ever made, period. The little 5-inch figures, some of the best details, some of the best paint jobs I've ever seen. That's why my wall is filled with them. I love them. And they had some of the best toy sets, but that was many, many, many years ago. And the stuff just isn't selling now, to the point where my friend is possibly looking for other work. It's a pretty damn big deal. I think Jodie Whittaker is, and again, I'm not the only one with this theory. I'm not saying this is my theory. This is just one I absolutely agree with, and I came up with the same thing, which is that I think she's leaking this shit out to save her own ass. I think she wants to save her career. I think she can easily walk away from this and blame it all on the BBC or Chris Chibnall and say she wasn't given good enough writing, or, that's what she'll say behind the scenes. I doubt she'll say anything other than it was a great experience and it was very powerful and it was an empowering moment for little girls everywhere who didn't watch the show and didn't care. It was an empowering moment for blue check marks who don't watch the show, who can say they really loved drinking male tears. And all it did was destroy one of my favorite shows, one of your favorite shows out there. And listen, I don't live in the UK. You guys in the UK are much more familiar with paying license fees and how the BBC works. I know what I read. I know what I hear from my friends. And I know what I witnessed with Doctor Who, which was one of the biggest fandoms, one of the most passionate fandoms. I've said it before, a few years ago, it ruled fandom. It's not even close to that. And it will never recover, ever recover. It's done. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help. And if you did this with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.